Welcome to a new episode of our podcast dedicated to regulatory affairs and life science. Today we are talking of orphan drugs. What are they? Why are they important? And what are the incentives to promote their development? Orphan drugs are medicine developed to diagnose, prevent, or treat rare diseases. These affect a limited number of people, on average less than 200,000 people in the United States and no more than 5 in 10,000 people in Europe. Special attention is paid to the application in pediatrics. Rare diseases experienced more frequently by the pediatric population are congenital malformations, 45%, endocrine gland diseases, nutrition or metabolism diseases, and immune disease, 20%. On the other hand, for adult patients, rare diseases most frequently belong to the group of nervous systems and sense organs, 29%, or blood and lymphatic system, 18%. Other examples of orphan diseases falling into the category of the most known disorders include cystic fibrosis, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, Huntington disease, and Cushing syndrome. Orphan drugs provide life-saving therapies or highly improving cures to patients suffering from rare diseases for whom there is no other therapeutic option, or where treatments or diagnostics available to patients are particularly invasive or whose tolerance and safety is simply to be improved. Moreover, they play an important role in the scientific progress and innovation, since the continuous researching at the base of the development of these drugs can reveal new mechanisms of action and new paths for pharmaceutical development that can be useful for the discovery of new drugs. However, orphan drugs have also many challenges to face during their developing as well as their marketing. The main challenge is, of course, related to the lack of profitability for pharmaceutical companies due to the small size of the market and high R&D costs. Another critical issue to be mentioned regards the difficulty to carry out clinical trials due to the limited number of patients, the heterogeneous nature of the disease symptoms, and the ethical problems linked to the use of placebos. In addition, orphan drugs can bump into regulating obstacles, such as standards and requirements that may change from one country to the other. In spite of the many obstacles they have to overcome to be developed and marketed, orphan drugs are vital elements in health systems as they offer hope and relief to people suffering from rare diseases. Therefore, it is essential to have a supporting regulatory framework favoring innovation and easy access to these products. As of 2000, in the EU, orphan drugs are mandatorily subject to the centralized marketing authorization. A request of orphan drug designation can be submitted at any time during the drug development. However, it is compulsory to submit it before the MI application to EMI. To encourage orphan drug development, the European Union introduced a specific regulation in 2000 providing for a series of incentives and tax reliefs for pharmaceutical companies. These include free scientific advice by the European Medicine Agency, priority to access European research programs, and 10-year exclusive market protection. The regulation also provides for financial support to development projects via community programs, assistance in the drafting of protocol consisting in a specific scientific consultancy by the EMI at reduced fees, and access to national incentive measures such as tax exemptions or tax credits. To access these benefits, manufacturing companies need to face a set of complex and cogent procedures and regulatory requirements, demanding specific and up-to-date competence. In this framework, the Renzo Regulatory Affairs is able to offer qualified and customized support to companies manufacturing orphan drugs, thanks to its long-standing experience in this sector and its network of national and European experts and partners. The Renzo Regulatory Affairs can assist pharmaceutical companies in all phases of the orphan drug life cycle, from orphan designation to the marketing authorization application, including scientific advice, drafting of technical and regulatory documentation, managing of interactions with competent authorities, monitoring any news regarding regulations and best practice. Moreover, the Renzo Regulatory Affairs can provide services of pharmacovigilance, risk management, pharmacoeconomics, market access and scientific communication. The Renzo Regulatory Affairs is therefore the ideal partner for orphan drug pharmaceutical companies wishing to face regulatory challenges and obtain the best possible results for their products and for patients suffering from rare diseases. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you want to listen to other podcasts, sign up for our channel, follow up on the social media and join us for next episode.